Welcome to Firearms of America. Today I'm back here at Shooters in Fort Myers, Florida. Very excited because I have a very special handgun, which I was a fan for a very long time. It is the CZ75 TSO Tactical Sport Orange. And if you have been subscribed to this channel for a while, you know that I've already done a review of that gun chambered in 40 Smith & Wesson. Well, this right here is chambered in 9mm. Yes, 9mm. I'm very excited for this one. 5.2-inch barrel, 20 capacity magazine. Doesn't have any windows anywhere except on the very bottom, knowing that you have a full magazine right here. Check it out, it says 20 right there. Very excited. Let's load it up and do some shooting. Now, while I'm loading this magazine, I'm gonna put some, start with some 5 rounds and then we'll go on from there. Very excited to shoot it. But while I'm loading it, check out my Patreon page. If you can support me through Patreon, I would really appreciate it. Just $1 a month goes a long way. As some of you already know, if you have been subscribed to my channel, YouTube decided to demonetize my whole channel because apparently this is harmful content. You are guys getting harmed right now. Alright, so let me harm you some more with actually shooting this thing right here. Alright, so yeah, YouTube, bunch of idiots. So if you can support me, please do. I really appreciate it. So let's see, we got since this is I'm yelling because I have this. Since this is the Tactical Sport Orange, we have a little orange on the very top right there. Yeah, that little orange circle. Let's see if I can hit it. This thing's supposed to be very accurate, so I have absolutely no excuse not to hit that thing. All right, so let's see what we can do. Very tight slide, so I expect barely any recoil from this. All right, let's see. Bullseye! Woo! No excuses. Freaking love this thing. All right, let's see if I can do it again. Wow, 3 bullseyes in a row. This thing is freaking unbelievable. The recoil is non-existent. I don't know where the recoil went, but it's not there, all right? It's not there. Probably all the weight of this thing, I mean, this is a steel frame, steel slide, so you got about 45 ounce, the whole weight. This thing is pretty freaking heavy, especially if you have the full 20 rounds of magazine in there, all right? But let's start from the very beginning. I'm too excited for this, too excited. Let's start from the grip, all right? You have your grip. This part right here feels very good. You do have a lot of aggression here. This is your standard G10 diamond grip, which you could find on a lot of 1911s. On the back and on the front. Grips into your hand very nicely. I mean, this is great. This is great. Probably be better for bigger hands. My hands are kind of small, but still I can have a good grip on it. Not too bad. All right, let's talk about the magazine release. So you have your mag well on this thing. As you can see, it makes it much easier to get this thing in quick. Tactical Sport, after all, this thing is USPSA ready, so if you're looking for a good competition handgun right out of the box, this right here is a pretty good option. All right, pretty expensive, but pretty good option. Obviously, your magazine, as you can see, it's actually what's the thinned out, if it's a word. I have an excuse, language barriers, freaking immigrant, right? Barely speaks English. But you have a thinner top entry point, right? So that you can, it's easier to put it in, all right? Your mag release right here has some extra area on the top, as you can see, this thing right here. Makes it easier to press, find it with your finger. Very good, I do like it a lot. I mean, it really is tactical in a lot of ways. All right, so let's move on to the slide release. The slide release is this big thing right here, which for me is kind of a little bit, because like I said, my fingers are freaking short, so it's kind of hard for me to reach it with one hand unless I do it like this, but I can. So very nice, I like it a lot. But if you're doing it with this hand, I mean, this one hand operation, I love this slide release. I love it. A lot of times, just to give you a comparison with different handguns, a lot of times in order to actually release the slide, you actually have to pull the slide backwards a little bit. So if it's stuck like this, in order to, you can't just press the release. You have to pull the slide back, press it, and then it goes. Not the case here. I freaking love it, all right? Obviously, you notice all of this stuff going on here, this right here, and you're probably wondering, what is all this? Well, this is your standard safety. It is ambidextrous. The safety is ambidextrous. The slide release is not ambidextrous, but the safety is, except this side right here, it is more extended than on this side. You can engage it and disengage it on this side, but this one is actually extended. Why? Because for your proper grip, right, you have your thumb resting on that safety, extended safety pedal, right? Pressing it down, helping with the recoil management. And one of my favorite features in this gun is this front gas pedal right here. I freaking love it. I have not seen any other handguns except the CZ75 TSO with this feature, but check this out. Basically, this is for this finger right here. So besides holding with this hand, you're also pressing down on your handgun with the thumb of your left hand, all right? So right hand thumb resting on the safety, left hand thumb resting on the, pressing down on the gas pedal, and this gives you the, I'm telling you, it gives you the freaking ultimate freaking grip. Just probably the best whenever it comes to the grips, two-hand grips, handguns. This is the best of everything I've personally tried. This gas pedal makes it the best. I freaking love this feature. It's phenomenal. I really hope that somebody out there starts an accessory store just with these gas pedals that you can put on a Glock, that you can put on Smith & Wesson, on the Ruger, or whatever the hell, because they are freaking awesome, all right? So let's do some more shooting. Put some 5 more rounds through this, and not through this, but through this. And then we'll talk about some more features like the trigger and the sights, which are also very, very important in determining your accuracy. But like I said, this gun right here is USPSA ready. If you're not familiar with what USPSA is, check it out, just Google it. It's one of them cool tactical style shooting competitions where you run around, you hit different targets, and they have certain requirements for handguns, and you want certain things from handguns for these competitions. This handgun out of the box, it offers all of that. All right, so I got 5 rounds. The only thing that I would say could be better here is the magazine. I wish it was numbered just to show you on the back how many rounds you have in. Not a big deal, but would be nice. All right. And let's see if I can bullseye that yellow in the middle on very middle. Yes. Holy freaking cow. That's like a 2-inch group without even trying that. I freaking love this. I mean, it makes me shoot way better than I actually shoot. All right, this handgun is just phenomenal. All right, so let's move on to the slide and talk about the slide. This is probably one of the things that I can say not my biggest favorite part of this handgun, right, is the slide, because as you can see, because the way it's constructed, the way it's sitting on the frame, as you can see, the gripping area is really just probably like ½ inch here on the front, and probably like ½ inch here on the front and in the back. Serrations, we got our serrations, but you know, compared to your normal handgun slide where you can have your whole hand just grabbing this thing and racking it, you're not going to be able to do it here. Here you have to be more precise and more, you know, like this, you know, and it kind of makes it hard because the slide is actually very tight. The spring on the guide rod here is very, very tight, which is a good thing. It's a good thing. It helps you with the recoil, but it makes it harder to rack. And because there isn't much of a gripping area on this handgun, it makes it even more so harder to rack. All right, so that's one of the things, but that's not one of the things. It's really the only thing, plus the magazine. Okay, 2 things. But let's move on to the good things now. The trigger is freaking phenomenal. Check it out. We have about 2 it's a very sensitive trigger, 2 millimeters of familiar travel. All right, you know it's not gonna go off. 2 millimeters, and then check it out, 2 millimeters, maybe even 1.5, and then unbelievably crisp freaking break. Freaking love this trigger. That's why it's so accurate, because the trigger is phenomenal, there is no freaking recoil, and the sights are great. So let's do again the trigger, and then we'll go on to the sights. Check it out. Bam. Love the trigger. Now let's move on to the sights. Kind of your standard 3-dot sight, right? You have your standard back and front, except the front is actually, let's see if we can make this thing focus. There we go, a little bit better. And then the front is actually a fiber optic sight, which I do like a lot. And so I've met people, especially people that shoot at the USPSA competitions, with different opinions whenever it comes to sights. Some of them like the fiber optic, some of them absolutely hate fiber optic. I personally do like them. It makes it easier for me to concentrate on the very front. But that's the reason really why some people do not like the fiber optic sight, is because it makes it easier to concentrate on the front, and you concentrate on the front more than you concentrate on the back, and it kind of messes with the alignment. At the end of the day, I think it comes down, well, besides personal preference, it comes down to what you use the most. If you're used to using the fiber optic sights, you're gonna be good with fiber optic sights. If you're used to using something else, then you will be better with that. So practice makes perfect, just be consistent. But let's do some 5 more rounds here. See, maybe I can shoot some of those flappy pedals and not embarrass myself like I usually do, because they're freaking hard to hit. They look like they're easy, but they're not. And let's see. Not too shabby. I absolutely love this thing. It's everything you need in a gun, except the orange grip. I think this is my little complaint number 3. Orange looks a little bit weird, but it's fine. It's all right. For everything that you're getting in a gun, for how amazing this freaking thing is, I can deal with the orange grip and orange mag release and orange this. Actually, it doesn't look that bad. Maybe you can upgrade the barrel to look orange, just so it matches. And then you can impress everybody on the field. So, let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you think about the CZ75 chambered in 9mm? What do you think about this review? If you found this review useful, please consider subscribing, hitting that like button, and also, like I said, if you can support me through Patreon, I would really appreciate it. Thank you very much, guys, for watching. This was Firearms of America. I'll see you guys in the next video. Hey there, thank you for watching my videos. I really appreciate your time. If you are not subscribed to this channel, please consider subscribing, because that definitely helps. All the support that I can get now. YouTube has been after me for a while now, because I'm an immigrant, because I am conservative, and that does go against the narrative. Having a gun channel on YouTube is not easy. So if you can, please consider supporting me through the Patreon. Now the link is in the description below, and if you don't know what Patreon is a subscription service where you can help out your favorite creators, and I hope that I am one of those favorite. So please consider that. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate it, and I'll see you in the next video.